Hey, how's it going, everybody? So, it's no surprise by now that I'm a huge fan of Proteus, as you can see in my team above, and in that other raid team, and in that raid team. Not in defense anymore, but I've gotten comments from people saying that they have tried using my team setups in the same way that I use them, and so I thought I've never seen this before of double Proteus on defense, and before I click on them, um, it's got potential because flank is a good spot for average speed heroes. I'm curious about the Albi thing. I honestly don't think that's the most competitive choice. But as you've seen in some of my recent videos, I've changed my philosophy around that a little bit, where I think as long as you're in diamond and getting the slightly better chances at loot, it doesn't really matter. Yes, war defense is a different story, and that's not what I'm talking about. Just talking about raid defense here. And I think just choose what you think is fun, make adjustments, play around with it, switch stuff around, swap stuff around. Um, so yeah, I'm still gonna go with my Yerpal team up here, just because. All right, so now let's click on them. Okay, 750, 702. That's weird. I think it's because they went the final two nodes. Yeah, one of them's an attack node, I think, and one of them might be health or mana generation. I didn't feel those were worth it for me. I wanted to max out the defense and health of Proteus because, in my opinion, his purpose is not to deal damage. His purpose is to freeze the mana of three people, to give you time to get other stuff going on, clear out bad tiles, finish off someone who is about to kill you, stop a healer who's about to save the team, anything like that. And he can only do that if he's alive. He's super squishy otherwise, so they might be going a different path with this one because they're already up to 707. Yeah, it seems like they are doing one for sort of defense and one around attack. I feel like, in my opinion, you should only go the defense and HP route with Proteus. He's not meant to deal damage. His damage is pretty low. It's a bonus that it's there, but he needs to stay alive and he needs to serve that utility role. So other people do it differently, but I just fundamentally disagree with that approach. So, enough talking. Let's get into this. I only have the one flag here, so we're just going to fly by the seat of our pants and see what we can accomplish. So, unfortunately, we only have a single, with all these yellow tiles, we only have one actual yellow match. Okay, they're pouring in now. So, we can get rid of Rana, is that her name? Actually, let's give these purples a try, see if that'll do it. No, so we'll hit her with the weaker Jackal. This Proteus is going to go down like a hot knife through butter. So I think what they were hoping, which I completely went against the grain there, was they were hoping that with a yellow tank, people are going to stack purple, and therefore Proteus, being squishy as he is going to be not weak against purple, and he's going to be good to go. But they didn't see this coming, so this team is screwed in my opinion. Maybe for fun I'll let Albi fire again, but you can see these two tiles into Proteus are going to absolutely obliterate him, even without the Jackal defense down treatment. So 700 damage. That is pretty solid. So yeah, let's let Albi have some fun over there. Alright, so let's see what one tile does. 354, nothing crazy. So Proteus only stops the generation of mana, not the usage of it. Let's get rid of this. So the only person he could freeze is Gazelle if he hits her. And he does. We're going to let Albi. Wow, that's the biggest T diamond I've ever seen before. Crazy. See, that is this really annoying thing about Albie. It's like, oh, he's a resurrector. It's so great. He does all this stuff. Half the time, I mean, that's just saying half the time colloquially, but half the time he doesn't do anything. And you're like, shit, now I have to charge up a slow hero again for another chance at a resurrection. And that's the thing that's really irritating about him. He can be a lifesaver, and he can be an utter disappointment, and it sucks that those two things are rolled up into one. Let's go ahead and cleanse that and obliterate Proteus. Close. Okay. Alright, Albie. Now I'm just being a jerk to Albie at this point. So his heal is not that strong either. Oh, there you go, buddy, but it wasn't enough. Sadly, it wasn't enough. Alright, let's just destroy this Proteus with 5 purples. Alright, that should do it. And let's give Albie 30 minutes to get going again. I mean, I don't actually mean this. I don't actually hate Albie or anything like that. I think sometimes my delivery is a bit dry and people think I'm more serious than I am. He's a cool hero. He's a very unique hero, but he can also be a very, irritating hero. Oh, Liana. What do you got, Liana? Nothing. Yeah, because sometimes when you need him the most, he does jack shit, and that's a really irritating thing about him. So I guess sort of a love-hate relationship. He can definitely bring you back from the brink and help you win a raid that was absolutely and utterly lost. So he's cool in that sense, but, yeah. I'm not sure what I think about the debate either between who's better, Mother North or Albie. Her revive percentage is 50%, but the people she brings back are even weaker than Albie. I think he brings them back at 33% chance to revive with 23% HP. So they are I don't know. They're just highly vulnerable at that point. So it's not spectacular. Again, it can be helpful, but it can be really irritating. And as you've seen in this situation, yes, I'm ready for it. And he is sort of isolated there, but it's also not doing much. Even, he's gone off this many times and it hasn't turned the tide. So I feel like if he's in a position where you are losing, I think it's only in specific circumstances. So this wasn't what the intended purpose of this video was. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit more of a view of what Proteus can look like on defense, since I've never seen 2 of them in one team like that before. And then it just turned into a fun excuse to play around with Albie. So let's let him go one more time, and then we will put an end to this torture. Oh, this might kill him, actually. Oh. Wow. Oh no, Proteus. He's back. Alright, so there you have it. Proteus on defense can work, but I don't think, even with 20 emblems, that he has a place in the Diamond Arena. Unless you can really put together a team composition where you think there's not going to be a yellow stack of heroes. And having 2 of him there and knowing how squishy he is, yellow, and knowing how lethal my yellow team can be despite being squishy, it was an obvious choice for me, even with the yellow tank, and it didn't prove to be that much of a problem. So, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.